After catching a flight back from Bali, I'm back with another episode of Building My Dream Apartment.
In the last episode, we focused on renewing the roofs, building a new winter garden and setting up the electricity. And this episode we're gonna be finishing the first rooms, concentrate on the floor and finish the electricity. Starting off, we finished building the wooden construction for the transition between the dining room and the kitchen, so that we have a solid foundation to glue on the natural stones. I then drilled a hole for the electricity connection towards the winter garden. Da bin ich doch. Planning ahead, I also drilled some holes in the living room for the TV antenna as well as for an HDMI cable so I can connect my computer directly to my TV. Afterwards, I also laid out some reinforcing fabric above the cables to prepare the walls to be plastered by a craftsman. A few days later, a craftsman then plastered the walls and painted the roof so that I can then grind the surface to have a clean and even room. And with that, the roof is done and the walls are now ready to put on some wallpaper. For the wallpaper, I choose two variations, one darker one for the kitchen and one lighter one for the rest of the rooms. Both wallpapers feature a subtle pattern that makes the wall look much more natural, instead of having a flat color. With 5 days left until the kitchen arrives, it was about damn time to get the new floor in. To cover up the old tiles and eliminate possible impact zones, we added an insulation layer in between. For the kitchen and corridor, I used dark oil shale laminate, and for the dining room and living room, I used a bright wooden pattern.
Going to focus on the last room, the living room right here, where I'm gonna use some leveling compound to fill up these holes, get a straight floor so that I can then install the laminate.
I'm pausing the video here to warn you if you don't want to see accidents. If so, you can skip to this time frame.
Well, that's how fast you can hurt yourself. Obviously, wearing gloves and working on rotating machines is something you should never do, as the material can screw into the rotation and potentially break your fingers or hand. In this case, I was extremely lucky that I only wore rubber gloves that broke in the process, leaving my hand uninjured. And why am I showing this? Simple. Because making mistakes is part of the process, part of our life. Unlike social media displays, making mistakes is an integral part that lets us grow and learn from. Without mistakes, there is no growth. For example, almost breaking my hand is not the only mistake here in this renovation. From drilling the wrong hole for days, only to find out that I mismeasured the room.
Bin ich denn? Kann doch nicht sein. Da passiert nix. Gar nichts.
To choosing the wrong network cable, or to breaking a water pipe. Just to name a few mistakes here. And then it is best to laugh about it and carry on, taking that lesson with you.
Nie wieder so. Das ist eine Lehre. One week later and this room is already looking really promising. The roof is done, wallpaper's on the wall, and I will now start to install the laminate that is still left here in the room and get this room finished. Sehr schön. Laminate is now installed. However, we are missing 2 rows right here, which we still need to order. I installed the sockets, the wall sockets for electricity, and we still need to swap the roller blinds right here for electric ones. Preparation done. Let's get back to the floor. Oh Scheiße. Hä? Floor done, and at last we have the baseboards and ceiling moldings. Now you might be wondering, hey Dylan, what happened to the kitchen? And you're absolutely right, the kitchen already arrived. But that's something for the final episode, which will come out early next year. Anyway, I'll see you next week for another exciting adventure.